So I was just looking at this. The internet has these bunch of like surveys and shit. And, it was a survey of if you locked Brock Lesnar, John Jones, Mike Tyson, Prime, and Tyson Fury in a cage.
Oh.
Who walks out?
I'm gonna say in their prime.
Prime. All of them in their prime.
God, John. You said John Jones.
John Jones.
I feel like it's gonna two. Either Brock Lesnar or John Jones.
Sure. Yeah, that's kind of what it came down to. For me, I said John Jones. Brock would be my second, but it comes down to just being able to put it all together.
Yeah. And
while Brock was a great wrestler, his striking was like suspect. Yeah. His striking was just good enough, it was just, to set up the wrestling. Yeah. And once you got on the ground with him, it was a wrap. Yeah. And just big, strong. And as soon as you taught him some takedown defense or some submission defense, it was a wrap, dude. Yep. And I was like, he was scared. He was scary when after he beat Frank Mir. Yeah, Frank Mir beat him and he talked shit. He's like, he's not ready for this. He's just a wrestler, blah, blah. Brock went in the lab and just like, I don't want to change anything. Just teach me how not to get tapped out.
Yep.
And that was enough.
Yeah.
And he beat the shit out of Frank Mir.
But that first fight with Frank, he was getting slammed. He was getting beat up, but he got that heel hook or whatever.
And that was the thing. He was winning the fight, Brock was. And but Frank Mir is such a high level grappler. Yeah. If you leave any limb out there, dude, he's gonna grab it and he's gonna go. He was leg locking guys before leg lock was a thing. Yeah. And everybody would give him shit. It's like, leg locks are for people who don't know how to pass the guard and blah, blah, blah. But he was winning. Yeah. And he was tapping fools out. And now it's like everybody and their mother is doing leg locks now. So in the jiu-jitsu, no-gi community. So yeah, but John Jones is just a different animal. He has it all, dude. He has it all. The pound for pound best martial artist in the world.
Yep. So. Is he's supposed to fight again, isn't he? Or does that keep going back and forth?
Yeah, they have him fighting the guy who's the interim champ. I keep forgetting it, Aspinall.
Yep.
And I don't know why. Like, I understand what John Jones is saying about not wanting to fight him because there's no benefit to him other than the paycheck. But Aspinall is the interim champ. He's the interim champ based on fighting a bunch of people that wouldn't beat John Jones. They couldn't hold a candle to John Jones.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I get where he's coming from, but the fight's gonna happen. I'm of course gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I think Pereira is for me. Pereira versus John Jones is the fight.
Yeah,
that's the fight. That's John Pereira goes up to heavyweight and just go at it.
You think Jones has still got it though? Like, is he still? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's the only one. I haven't seen drop off. Usually when you have a guy that's been out so frequently and for so long, when he comes back, there's a noticeable drop off. We saw the Buckley Usman fight this past weekend. And even though Usman won the fight, you can tell he wasn't the same guy. He's a step slower. He was just so good at what he did, being able to take him down and control him on the ground.
Yeah.
But John Jones has shown no drop-off at all. Striking still is crisp. Takedowns are still fast. Takedown defense is still there. I mean, there's nothing that he's losing. I don't know when inevitably that's going to happen, but I just haven't seen it happen yet.
Yeah. Do you still think he has the heart? If there's such a thing.
Until he loses a fight, then you got to say yeah. Yeah. You got to say yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. It's just, he's John Jones.
He's John Jones.
He's John Jones, dude.
Dude, I want him to be the champ forever.
I think it might be a situation to where if and when he beats Aspinall, because right now there's really no viable heavyweights other than Pereira going up. So if he beats Aspinall, beats Pereira, if he decides to call it a career, then, I mean, what can you say? There's nobody else.
Yep.
There's nobody coming up that I feel like will give John Jones a run in like 3 to 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
So,
wild.
PFL put something out. They proposed, and I looked it up, and I thought it was a rumor at first, but actually this was a real proposal from PFL. Winner take all, Francis Ngannou versus John Jones.
Ooh.
Right? If John Jones wins, UFC and John Jones split the purse down the middle, PFL gets nothing. If Francis wins, same thing. PFL and Francis split the purse down the middle, UFC gets nothing.
Wow.
So I don't think Dana's going to go for that.
Yeah. Do you think Ngannou would have a chance?
Yeah. I think he has a chance. Everybody has a chance, especially a guy that hits that hard, but it's a slim chance.
Yes.
Yeah. But we saw how he did Overeem. I mean, he gave Overeem an uppercut, and literally Overeem's feet were this far off the ground after he hit that dude.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in any heavyweight in any organization is beating John Jones, but a cross-promotional thing, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I don't know what Dana has against it. I just think he's locked in. You know, TKO, UFC, they're all like printing money right now.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
That's probably where he's coming from. But and now they're doing boxing. They're promoting boxing now. You got the Canelo and Terrence Crawford fight coming up. So that's going to be big. That's going to be huge. I mean, even though I feel like it would have been a lot better if we would have saw this fight like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's happening. So.
Yeah. Boxing, what about Keyshawn Davis and the drama that happened last weekend? Was it last weekend or 2 weekends ago?
Yeah, this guy, man.
Dude.
So for all of you who haven't heard or haven't seen the fight or saw what happened, Keyshawn Davis missed weight.
Yep. And a lot, right?
And a lot, by like 4 pounds, 4 to 6 pounds, something like that. Mm-hmm. Which it doesn't sound like a lot, but for a guy who's in a training camp, that's a lot of weight to lose. I don't know if for UFC or for MMA, usually they'll give you a couple of hours to cut the weight. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's the same for boxing, but he didn't get a chance. If he did get a chance, he still didn't make the weight. Mm-hmm. So they stripped him and fined him. So the fight didn't happen. He didn't get paid. His opponent didn't get paid. But to add insult to injury, his younger brother fought earlier tonight, lost.
Yep.
Now, the kid that he lost to, he doesn't, from what I understand and what I've heard, he wasn't being a dickhead about it. He was like, I won. He was celebrating like within the realm of respectfully celebrating a win. Mm-hmm. Keyshawn Davis goes into his locker room or in the back area, headbutts the kid. They jump the kid, and now there's like pandemonium in backstage. Welcome to Norfolk. Welcome to Norfolk, Virginia.
That's how they roll.
I mean, dude, why? Why? I understand you're frustrated. You didn't make weight. Now, is it the WBC? I think the WBC is suing them now.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't get that.
Yeah, so you stripped, which on the other side of the coin isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world, because he's going to go after these titles again, and he's going to fight other champions from other organizations who the IBF, the WBO, the WBA, whatever it is. He's going to fight for titles again. Getting stripped is not the worst thing when you're coming up. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're, a title holder, you got all the belts and you get stripped for not making weight, then that's kind of like a slap in the face of the organization, and it's a pretty black mark on you as a professional, right? Yeah. That dude is young, man. Yeah. Who cares? And plus, a lot of people don't know, you actually, as the fighter, have to pay a fee to be a belt holder for these organizations. The WBC charges you every year to hold a belt.
That's wild.
IBF charges you every year to hold a belt. So, I was like, take this shit. Yeah. You can have it. There's I feel like boxing, since Jake Paul and all of these like prize fighting type of things have been happening, the boxing is more going to that prize fighting, less of the championship. Like, having belts is great, but people want money. And money is where it's at. Yeah. And if if you have like a Jake Paul versus, I don't know, throw some random old dude, these old people he's fighting right now, in the mix, you're going to get more views for that than you're going to get for a Keyshawn Davis fight.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just because it's like that's the way that, you know, the industry is going now. We want to see like this big spectacle of whatever.
Yeah.
So now Jake Paul's fighting. He's fighting.
Yeah, he's like
he's fighting
first pro bout, right?
No, no, this is not his first pro bout. He fought Tommy Fury. That was a pro fight.
That was a pro fight.
Yeah,
okay.
that was a pro fight. But he's fighting. What's the kid's name? He's the son. Chavez Jr.
Oh yeah,
he's fighting
yeah,
Chavez Jr. And it's like, why the fuck is he fighting Chavez Jr.?
Yeah.
Even in boxing, he's not that great against other seasoned professional fighters. He goes in there and perform, but he's been known to kind of lack heart a little bit. He kind of gives up on the fight a little bit. He's one of those guys that, you know, he rests on the name of his dad. And while he goes in there and some of his fights have been entertaining, some of them have been absolutely terrible. Now, you know, Jake Paul's going to put a little bit of money in his pocket, which, you know,
yeah. Is it a big ticket? Like, is it a big money purse for him?
It is now. For Chavez? Yeah, it is now.
Yeah.
You know, he's not, I mean, nobody's booking this guy to fight right now.
Yeah.
You know, he's more of like a model. Like,
but Jake Paul, like for the Tyson fight, I mean, that was a big payday for both of them, right?
Yeah, sure.
Compared to what Paul and Chavez now.
Yeah.
Is that still big? Okay, that is.
Yeah, but you know, Jake Paul is co-promoting the event, so Jake is gonna he's gonna, you know, cake up anyway. He's gonna make plenty of money, and the fact that he goes and find these obscure fighters and puts, I mean, these guys are making more money than they would make, especially when you talk about the guys coming over from the UFC or other MMA organizations, whatever. They're making way more money that they would make doing MMA or bare knuckle or whatever. So. You know, why not?
Yeah. Just jumping back to Davis brothers again. Do you think, okay, so for me, I was like, hometown, now I'm not originally from Virginia Beach or Norfolk, but like still, I've been here for over almost 20 years. So Keyshawn coming up, I was excited. I was like, hometown hero. We got a chant. We're going to have, and I was like, you know, that Rocky moment, like, yeah. And then this happens. Does it tarnish their image as far as like hometown heroes? Because he was going to schools and having these meetings with the kids and inspirational stuff, and then he just turns out kind of just jumping a guy. I was like,
sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like you know, we haven't had a viable professional boxer since Sweepy, in our area. So. Or somebody at that level. So the fact that this happened, especially so young in his career, it's pretty big. If this happened, 4 years from now, right, when he's like the guy, then it doesn't sting as much.
Yeah,
but he ain't the guy yet.
Yeah,
and he's gonna be under a lot of scrutiny right now.
Yeah,
and like something that happened at this, that's the last thing that should happen.
Yeah,
if anything, you should be the one saying like, we're coming to Norfolk, we're gonna represent. We're gonna put on a great show. We're gonna make the fans happy. We're gonna let these promoters know that you can come here and make money and have a good event. Neither one of those things happened. So people asking for money back. It was like a lot of people like didn't get their ticket money. Like it was bad.
Yeah. Is there? Do you think that like was there a reason why that happened? Like, was the guy supposed to take a dive, or just like was his little brother not supposed to lose, or like was there something understood? Because you said like boxing can be a little.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think. I think I don't think any of that. I just think he went in and he was frustrated. He came to Norfolk and like they got embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know, it was when you have a hometown fight, you're supposed to kind of going back to your point, you know, we've seen home cooking in boxing. Not saying that this was that, but when you book a hometown guy in his hometown, you want to give him every advantage to do well. I'm gonna put it like that. And the fact that he didn't do well, segueing from like the Miss Wade and, you know, not getting, it was just like the perfect storm of bad shit that happened for that to happen. So, you know,
wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like he needs to immediately like apologize and go and keep moving forward. Go to the next fight. Go out there and win because he performs well. Like he's one of the guys.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And now that you got like Shakur Stevenson coming back, and you got, you know, Tank out there still, he still can be in that mix, you know.
Yeah. He said, like, there's an article I read. He said, I don't feel bad. I don't feel so bad about missing weight because I want to fight at a heavier weight anyway.
Yeah.
But I was like, is that the way to do it though?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not.
No.
But I do understand that mode of thinking though.
Yeah.
You know? He's young, man.
Yeah.
He's young. And so, you know, you can say that was the reason, but a payday is a payday.
Yeah.
And you getting that another W in your record means a lot at this stage of the game. So, and again, he was at home. You know, this was like show out moment.
Yeah.
And, you know, none of that happened. So, wish him the best. I hope he comes back, recovers, and does his thing.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't a good look.
Yeah. One of, I know an acquaintance of mine, we were talking about it, and she was just like, and she just got back into boxing because of Keyshawn. She was so excited, and she was a fan of Sweet Pea. And then she heard this happen, and she was like, I just can't. She's like, I'm done. Yeah. I had these hopes. So it's like, I mean, probably doesn't really care that he lost a fan, but it was like, just hearing that, I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
you know,
well, you know,
there's
like,
consequences, like, and it might start small, but it could turn into something else. So it was, you know, I still am a fan. I still hope for the best, you know, it's a whole family, you know, all the brothers are into it and still excited for him. But
how cool is that?
So,
you got
seriously.
3 brothers that are like up and coming. You know, that's cool. And when you, man, it's people like that really show you how detrimental something like this can be.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like you got little kids just looking up to, you got people saying, man, he's the next thing since Sweet Pea, which is big.
Yeah.
You know, and then something like this happens and you turn one person off, one person turns to 10, 10 turns to 100, you know. Yeah. So
it adds,
you know,
has consequences. Moving off of boxing for a second and fighting, can we talk about Legos?
Yeah, we can talk about Legos.
What is the most that you would spend on
Oh, man, I know where this is going. I know exactly where this is going.
So what's a reasonable amount that you would spend on a Lego set?
For a entire like if I'm trying to build like a Death Star or something like that.
Yeah.
Like so I don't know, a couple $100.
Okay. So I recently went we recently went to Target. I was just perusing the aisles. Wendy was doing something else, and I went through the Lego aisle, and there it was, the Batmobile, the vintage Batmobile.
From the Michael Keaton Batmobile.
No,
the old school.
From what's his name? I can't remember.
West.
Adam West.
Adam West. Yeah.
Adam West Batmobile. I looked at it. I was like, I gotta have it.
How much was it?
$180.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad.
But to my wife, she's like, "Are you kidding me?" She's like, $200 for Legos. I was like, "You understand? It's architecture. You know, this is like cutting edge. You know, it's 800 pieces, and they're all like." She's like, "It's
Lego, and you got to put this shit together." What? They didn't even do the work for you? No, I get where Wendy's coming from on that one, dude. Now, I would get it. I'm not like the Lego guy. I'm not super into it, but I have you included, have friends who are, and like, that's light work. $180? That's light work.
Yeah.
They'll spend that all day.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't just buy one. Right next to the Batmobile, or next aisle over and up, or shelf over and up, was the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah. I was like, have that. Yeah.
So I brought it to Wendy. I was like, which one? And And I knew I was walking out with both.
She probably being all sarcastic, like, well, shit, get them both then. And you're like,
okay. That's what I was hoping for, but it didn't go that way.
Oh,
so
man.
I was like, I don't know.
Target's is the pet, dude. You walk in Target, you know you walking out with, man, you taking out a HELOC on your crib for that shit.
But wait, there's more. So I go to Amazon just to price shop, and I'm like, okay, at Amazon, I'm like, is it less expensive to order it? You know, because I still like brick and mortar. I still want to support, like, even though Target doesn't really, like, my purchase doesn't matter that much. But so it was actually more expensive on Target. But what they did have was accessory pack.
They got you coming and going. Jeez.
But lights, like actual lights you can put into these kits that and it'll be sitting here at some point when I finish it, because I got the Emperor's throne right here. So
how long did that's not Lego.
Yeah, that's Lego,
How long did it take you to do that?
That took probably 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So it's not going to take you forever to do these two.
No, this one was pretty small, but it is 18 and over. Because of all the small pieces, I'm assuming. And the directions, dude, the book is like no joke. It's like, it's a novel.
Yeah.
But it's funny. It's like you open these pieces, and there's no way that anybody could be like, without the directions and having a step-by-step, there's no way anybody could figure it out. I mean, maybe there is, but definitely not the average person.
Yeah. God, man, how much time do you have? Like, but you do this, you run a business, you play in a band, you build computers. I mean, dude, you're running out of hours in a day.
I gotta get it all in. I gotta get it all in. The Lego thing is like an after work thing when we're just watching TV and I just like tinker.
Oh, yeah,
like the other stuff does take time, and that's why nothing's done. That's why this room looks the way it's. So y'all watching, you get to see what kind of looks like finished. On the other side of the cameras,
it's a wreck. It is really not that bad.
No, I cleaned this weekend. That's why.
Man, I can't. I like stuff. So I have a bunch of I had the Juggernaut action figure up here, and I had the figurines, and some of those like Hot Toys. Some of that shit is, $500, $600, $700.
Oh yeah.
For like the Hot Toys version of that Batman you have right there. That's easily $400.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I get it.
Wow.
I mean, and everybody has a thing, right? Mm-hmm. You got 10, but everybody has a thing where they don't mind spending money on, and that's their thing. Some people do cocaine.
Yeah.
You
build Legos.
You build Lego sets. I feel like when he's getting off easy.
Oh my God, dude, I have. So, but I guess like that was growing up. I watched my dad build things, whether it was fixing a car, building cabinets. Back in that day, you just had to do and figure it out. And I feel like just by example, I learned to tinker and mess around. And I went to I took an electronics class so I could learn basic electrical. I learned basic plumbing. I definitely don't have time or confidence in myself to do plumbing or electrical, but putting together guitars or Legos or PCs, that's just, and they're also, except for the Legos, but they're all tools that I can use for whether my business or my band or, and guys got to have hobbies, man. You gotta
have hobbies, man. And you're a gamer. I forgot to mention that. You're a gamer too.
Yeah,
man.
Speaking of the Hot Toys, those we were in Boston last weekend, and Boston's freaking cool, man. It's like such a great city. We were walking the next street over from the hotel we were at was super swanky, all these little shops and cool toy shops. And we walk into this comic book store that had very little comics, but it had albums, toys, graphic novels, T-shirts. It was super, super cool. But the whole wall was filled, what were they called, the Hot Toys? Filled with them. And people were just so into it.
Yeah. People are, I don't know how and when Hot Toys became as popular as they have become. Part of it is, quality of it is very, very intricate, very detailed. But they're not the only company that makes these type of toys and these type of action figures. So I don't know why Hot Toys became as popular as they are. Some of it probably is from social media. People, these influencers following it and doing reviews on it. But man, they are expensive, dude.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was interesting. What are your thoughts of influencers and Instagram?
I think, I don't know, it's one of, for every person who's an influencer on Instagram, or for every 100 people, one of those people are actually legitimately influencers on Instagram. You know, especially on TikTok, it's really easy to get followers on TikTok in comparison, right?
Okay.
I don't know. I think if you can make it happen, great. It's a full-time job to
for sure
be prevalent on social media.
For sure.
So,
and social media is a necessary thing to have to self-promote, whether it's yourself or a business, but it's no longer about just what it was supposed to be, a social media outlet. It is literally about self-promotion and getting clicks and likes, and which has been like that for a long time.
Sure.
And it's just been a resurgence of, a recent thing happened where a musician, a guitar player, was ripping off other guitar players who are on Instagram and who are influencers, and he had millions of likes and millions of followers, and he was selling tablature and music from these other artists, completely ripping him off. Uh-huh. And he got called out, and somehow he was able to have all his followers just pretty much just cancel the other dude out. And so all these guitar players now have come up and are they call them out, and now he's completely lost. So this guy had endorsements, guitar string endorsements, amplifier endorsements, pedal boards, just crazy money on top of making money off of his channel or off his Instagram. Lost it all because everything he was doing was fake. It was pre-produced. It was all. And so it's interesting because Rick Beato, who's this big time YouTuber about music, had this other musician and who was talking about, so this other musician's from Knoxville and he's a studio musician, and now he was playing with Rascal Flatts and super awesome guitar player. And he's no longer are we in a society where music is made. Everything is sound bites. Everything is a 30-second song. He's nobody can write a song anymore. And what's funny is I was I'm not a Swiftie, but he was people like Taylor Swift are songwriters. He's and they're still selling out stadiums. There's a guy called Billy Strings. He's a total bluegrass guy. You ever heard of Billy Strings? Yeah. Freaking insane talent, selling out stadiums. So there's still people out there that are writing music and they're selling stadiums, but the percentage is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So I wonder if it's because of social media. And I brought this up too, because have you ever seen on Instagram Larry Diggum?
No.
Oh my God, I gotta find it. But it was Jake Paul became a fighter because of Instagram or because of social media.
Social media. Yeah, he was a YouTuber. He was a YouTube guy. But I mean, it comes down to so you get monetized, right? And then it becomes you getting the traction becomes more important than whatever you're putting out there to get the traction.
Yeah.
Right. You getting the clicks, the likes, algorithms, the insight, everything picks up. Now you're making money oh shit, well, I just need to put more of this. No matter how I get this out, I just need to get more of this out. Mm-hmm. And then inevitably the actual message or the product is that's anything. That's across the board. As soon as you start making money at anything, the first thing you want to learn how to do is scale.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's across the board. That's any business. Yeah. So you can't be surprised that people on social media are doing the same thing, diluting their message, putting more, posts out, making it easier for them to put posts out. And in order to do that, you can't put as much content into those posts. It's just, it's any business.
It's wild. It's wild. It's so wild. Yeah. I gotta show you this thing.
Did you hear, while you're looking for that, did you hear the statistic that 1 in 10 women between the ages of 18 and 25. Oh, I'm sorry. I take it back. 10% of women in America between the ages of 18 and 25 have OnlyFans.
What? Wait, say the percentage again?
10% of women.
Oh my God.
Between the ages of 18 and 25 have an OnlyFans.
Holy cow.
And I was like, there's no way this can be true. 10% of all women, how many women between, how many would you say?
I mean, that's in the millions.
Yeah, 100%. But have you been on OnlyFans?
I mean, you click on something and like, I'm scrolling through Instagram or whatever, and I'll see like, so big thing on my Instagram feed is guitar players, ballroom dancers, and just other random stuff. And I start watching like a ballroom dancer, and it goes to a ballet dancer, and then all of a sudden it's some girl in a bikini.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
yeah,
man. And then they have a link tree link, and I'm a link tree link, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
OnlyFans.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
Like, what the heck? Like, it's like,
that's what the algorithm says you want to see. You want to see women who are dancing, and then the algorithm is like, well, women who are dancing seductively, and then you got women who are like seductive. That's the new keyword.
Yeah.
All right, what's that?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like cars, comic book stuff, professional wrestling, fitness influencers. That's my feed. And if you go to search, on Instagram, when you hit the search and it's like all the stuff that thinks you want to see, half of that is porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
It's so wild. It was funny. One of my buddies was joking. He was talking to a friend of his, just happens to be a girl, and he was like, you should start an OnlyFans. He's like, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be anything pornographic. He's like, you could just show your feet.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
She was like, no. And he was like, dude.
Knees down.
Yeah.
Knees down. Foot Finder.
Yeah. Was that a thing?
Foot Finder. Just go to Foot Finder.
Jesus.
Seriously. It was right next to the barbershop I used to go to. There was a weed shop, but they were doing like the Delta 8 stuff. Like the girl who ran that shop came into the barbershop as we were talking and was talking to my barber about how she was on Foot Finder. Oh my God. And we were like just geeking out, just laughing at her. She was like, somebody paid her $750 to smush pudding in between her toes on Foot Finder.
Wow. Wow.
I was like, nobody wants to. Do you know how fast I would be on Foot Finder if I thought that I could make a legitimate, if I could make some legit money? Don't nobody want to see these dogs. But seriously, like, women and like the heels, like some women don't do anything. They just wear heels.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wow.
Gloria Legs on Instagram. All she does is walk around in heels.
Jeez. And that's, I guess, kind of to my point about social media. It's like people are getting so desensitized to an actual person and like interacting and like having some sort of connection, because you could go so quickly to anything and find a video that, I guess, appeases somebody's appetite. It's just so crazy.
Oh yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I get it if you work with what God gave you, right? Yeah. If you can go out there and make money. Now, like if your daughter or your girlfriend, like some people feel different. Some people don't care if their girlfriend or wife have a OnlyFans or whatever. I don't know how it would feel. I know I would be upset, but I guess I can understand how some guys out there wouldn't, just because it's so commonplace now.
Yeah.
And there's levels to it. Some people are going out there and doing the most ratchet shit.
Yeah.
And then you have some people who are just, showing their feet. Some people have OnlyFans that has nothing sexual about it at all. She might just be like, I guess it could be somewhat sexual, but reading a book with her like cleavage showing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Wow.
Dudes can't get away with that. Unless their fan base is homosexual.
Yeah.
Then, they do pretty well.
Yeah. I was following guitar players, and, guitar players just have like Patreon. And like, hopefully you're like trying to make like 50 cents on somebody like downloading your tablature or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's how dudes are going to be successful, I guess, on that. Or unless I'm going to jump into in the world of, I gotta find a good one here. In the world of the Jake Pauls.
Oh man.
I could only hope to be a Larry Dickham.
Larry Dickham. Is it Dickham or Diggum with a G?
Dickham.
Dickum.
Oh man, Larry Dickum. Where are we here? Okay, is it this? This one. All right, Larry Dickum.
All right.
Oh wait, we don't got any audio here. Where's the audio? Wait, let me. I don't want to give it away.
My man got a cigarette in his mouth, about to do some karate shit.
Dude, it is.
See, like even this post right here. Look at this. I can see how this can take you to.
Oh yeah. Oh, funny. That's like Peter and Jude. That's actually friends of ours.
Well, yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, they're from. They're actually current finalists in the Arthur Murray Smooth division.
The Smooth division?
Smooth, yeah. So they dance waltz, foxtrot, tango, and Viennese waltz. They took a break from dancing, and they just recently have come back, and they are back and better, like the John Jones of fighters.
Larry and Jude? Peter and Jude.
Peter and Jude, yeah. Peter and Jude. He's German, and she's American. Let me kick it over back to you for a second. Right, I got to find an audio cable because I want you to watch this. But we need to get audio. And how do I get audio?
I mean, I feel like, if you, like kind of going back to the social media thing, if you can make good money, like going back to your girlfriend or daughter doing it, I mean, you can't tell them shit. Like, once they're adults, they can kind of do what they want to do. And, it begs the question. I was asking a buddy a question this morning. You ever see Brewster's Million?
Yes.
Yeah,
old movie, right?
Yeah. Richard Pryor. So basically, the premise of the movie is he gets left an inheritance, right? But in order for him, there's a clause, he has to be able to spend $1 million in a day.
That's right. Yeah.
But he can't have anything to show for it. And let me preface by saying this movie is made in like 1982, which $1 million is a lot more then than it is now. Like, how would you? And if he spends this money, then he gets like $100 million if he's able to spend all this money. So, how would you spend that money?
Wow. Well, I would first buy a Cybertruck.
Really? You buy that piece of shit?
Yes. Well, just real quick, back to Boston. We, as we were walking around Boston, there was a Tesla dealership. We went in there. I was just like, just for kicks and giggles, I was like, hey, can I just check out this? They didn't have a Cybertruck. They're like, actually, we have one in the lot. And dude, it is amazing. And
what's amazing about? I mean, other than what the Tesla does,
I'm gonna show you right now.
All right, man.
Oh, where's the audio? Dang it, audio.
Here we go. It's Ross's.
Oh, why is there no audio?
He's about to.
What the heck? Okay. Dang it.
Yeah,
I'm not prepared.
You probably did us a favor by not showing that shit. Because I mean, it's probably like a wonderful thing. I just don't like the way it looks.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best looking. It's not I suppose it's not something that everybody would love.
Yeah, it's not sexy. There's nothing sexy about a Cybertruck.
Yeah. But then there is.
When you get inside, right? That's the
No, not even that. It's like, so there, it's super spacious. It's super basic. It's very utilitarian looking on the inside as well as it is on the outside. But it's what it has on the what it has inside of its brain that's amazing.
Really? All right.
From like a self-driving features and all the things that it can do, but it has one thing that I will figure out how to play this in a minute, because I want to also show you Larry Dickum. But it has, like, any Tesla owners know that any Tesla vehicle has a party mode, and you just hit party mode, and it just, dude, it's like, it's next level stuff.
What
and the
does it do?
Cybertruck, it just a song kicks in. It's like, it's just a club type style song, and then the windows are closing and opening, and all the lights are doing these different light shows. But in the Cybertruck, it's doing this crazy ass light show, and then all of a sudden the front opens up. It's like, poof, and you're just like, damn. The selling point was incredible. And this dude that was like giving us the sales tour was, he just knew, he was like, these two guys are going to just be, my buddy and Todd were there. We're just like, I got him. And we drove it. So it has the crawl feature where all the 4 tires turn and you
like the crab walk.
Yeah. So that was cool. So functionality is pretty out of this world.
Really?
But yeah, I mean, the aesthetic of it is that to be liked only by its owner, I suppose.
I wonder, like, for me, when I think of something that's comparable to that, I think about the Hummer.
The Hummer,
right?
Yeah.
I would much rather have the Hummer than the Tesla truck. It just looks sexy, and that thing is beautiful, man.
It does look a lot better for sure, yeah. But you can miss it if you want to be missed. I guess the Cybertruck is, I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah, I saw is it true that the Cybertruck, the crash, it basically folds up like a tin can if it's in an accident, just because it's
I don't know how, because it's made out of steel. It is like, if anything, it'll crush something else.
Yeah.
Because that's it. With the body panels are, I feel like that's why the frame or why the body looks the way it is, because it's rolled steel and you can't really, it's not like back in the 50s when they used to make cars that look freaking awesome. So it's just, just folds the way it is.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about cars, though, have you heard about the GM class action suit?
No.
Okay, so, and all you GM owners about to be mad as shit right now, dude. If you have a 6.2 liter V8 gas motor from a Yukon Denali AT4, whatever that is, your motor has 50% chance that your motor has blown up at this point.
Dang.
Again, 2018, I think it's 2018, 2024. So evidently on the 6.2 liter V8s, there's the cam there's some sort of engineering snafu that causes the motors to burn oil really quickly. And there's no warning lights. There's no check engine. There's no nothing. So these, motors are basically seizing up, blowing up because they don't have any oil in them. If you take it in to a dealer, GM has not approved a lot of the parts or the engine replacement. I think is a $30,000 engine replacement on it. And so there's a class action lawsuit now going on for any people that have these cars. And on the other side of that, there's a moratorium that's not allowing these people to trade them in, sell them back, whatever.
Man.
So yeah, there's a lot of people. I know 4 people personally, just me personally, is going through this right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Evidently the 5.3 liter V8s is that a V6 or a V8? I'm not sure. But they're fine.
Okay.
It's only the 6.2 liter V8 and the diesels are fine. Yeah. I heard it was the biggest automotive class action lawsuit in the history.
Wow.
Yep.
Tesla probably doesn't have that.
Yeah, because little as an iPhone on wheels, basically. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I get it. I mean, that's where it's going.
Yeah.
Everybody will be driving electric or some sort of hybrid within the next 10,
I think hybrid, yeah. I don't know. Electric, it's like electric and streaming services. I'm not sold on it. I don't think they're sustainable. I don't think they're profitable. I don't think they're like Disney Plus is slowly rolling back. I think because Disney acquired Hulu, I think Disney Plus is eventually probably in the next year or so are going to be gone. They're not making new Marvel.
You said Disney Plus is going to be gone?
Disney Plus, yeah.
I don't know, man. They got so much content.
But
like Hulu.
But they got Hulu. So I think Disney's got
ESPN.
But Disney Plus in itself as its standalone streaming service, I don't think that's going to last because it's like the amount of money they have to spend on a series is like $200 million, like not even like per episode. They're spending $200 million per episode. Like, I don't think you're getting advertising dollars and you're not getting enough subscribers for that. So is it sustainable? They're not rolling out any new Marvel projects that I know of. So yeah, I don't know.
They do have Vision Quest that's happening. You have Ironheart, so that's 2.
Is Vision Quest, is that actually greenlit and that's happening?
Yeah, Vision Quest is a thing.
Okay. I know Ironheart is rolling out.
Ironheart. They're still talking to Jeremy Renner about doing another Hawkeye series. So that's going to happen. Evidently, they gave him a slap in the face offer to be part of Avengers Doom. So
yeah, I don't know. I just think that the streaming, I don't know. That's a tough. I go back to the guy that I talked to that was America's Funniest Home Videos CEO for that, and he's just like, streaming services just don't. He's like, there's just not profitable. You're buying these massive projects or these massive TV shows, or you're trying to produce them, and and Disney doesn't have that much money to keep losing.
Yeah, well, shit, Netflix didn't get that memo because Netflix
they didn't get that money. They're the only ones. Like Paramount, I think. What now? CBS is being sold. Is it CBS or NBC is being sold with Skydance? So there's a merger that's currently happening, but then they're being sued, and so that potentially could lose money. So I don't know. There's just like all sorts of these companies that are trying to merge because their streaming services are just not working. Wow. So, and Skydance, I didn't realize is as powerful or as powerful. I don't know if the right word is as big as it is. I mean, the only thing I ever see Skydance put out is Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
which I haven't seen yet, but I heard it's amazing. Would you sit in a theater for 3 hours?
Nope. Whoa. I did go see Endgame and Infinity War, so
okay.
Yeah, they weren't quite as long, but they were pretty long.
Yeah,
if I'm into it, I wouldn't go in the movies to see Mission Impossible for 3 hours.
Right.
But if it was something that I felt like I really wanted to, see, I'd go.
Yeah, Mission Impossible is usually kind of a slow burn of a movie.
Yeah,
for 3 hours.
It is. The Snyder cut of Justice League, what was it? Almost 4 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So people, if they want to see it, people will go. See, it's. And this is the last one, right?
Yeah.
This is the last Mission Impossible. So for that reason alone, you might. But that's just not going to make any money. You got Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
And
blew it out of the water.
What was the other animated movie that just came out and crushed it?
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I want to see.
Yeah, I want to see it too. Yeah. I mean, people think, and it used to be that you would be able to get away with having those two movies come out the same weekend or a weekend apart, and both of them do well because you didn't have the same fan base going to see both things.
Yeah.
But we are now coming to a time where times are tight. You got to pick and choose what movies you go see now. You know, if you take a family of 4 to the movies, you're spending a couple $100.
Yeah.
You might have been able to do that, 5 years ago.
Yep.
Today, you can't do that shit, dude. You got to pick. It's like, babe. And if you got kids, you're going to see the bullshit. You're going to see Lilo and Stitch. You got to sit through that shit. And parents do enjoy it. They enjoy it enough to pick that over the movie that they might want to see more, like a Mission Impossible or whatever, adult geared content.
Yeah. Are you still are you a fan of the live action remakes of all the Disney stuff?
It's about 50-50 right now. Actually, so I'm going to say more so no.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen, Mufasa was okay, Lion King was okay. And then we know what happened with Snow White. So, and I was one of those people, they just saying this because, the lead is not the person they would expect to be in the lead of this movie. But I went and saw it.
Which one?
Snow White.
Oh, Snow White. You did see it. I heard my brother said it was good. No, okay.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
I don't know why he said it was good.
I wanted it to be good.
Okay.
Just so I can tell some of the internet to shut up.
Yeah.
But
nope.
It wasn't enough for me to go to bat for it. So, but Lilo and Stitch killing it, and then How to Train Your Dragon that look like it's gonna kill it too.
Yeah.
So
It was opening weekend this past weekend, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm with you on that. I'm like 50-50. It's like, I suppose it's the project, but I was a huge animated Lion King fan, and I just had no interest in seeing the live action. I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, I think you would enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things you just got to go and just go and watch it and go bite the bullet and don't have no expectations. And that's the problem with these films is like we have some sort of reference point with the animated version of it. So you there's the expectation going into it. Bare minimum, you want it to be good and somewhat reflective of what you're used to seeing. But you know, they're changing a lot of stuff.
But I think like when it comes to Lion King, because I don't remember the character's name in Lilo and Stitch, but in Lion King, like Timon and Pumbaa, like they were funny. They were the comedic relief because they were animated and because it was, I don't know, I don't know how it would. I have to see the live action, but I don't know. I feel like the comedy aspect of it, or what made it cute and fun and enjoyable, just loses its a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the stars of Lilo and Stitch are Lilo and Stitch.
No, right. But the other two guys, the scientist and the skinny alien that were going after Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I've never seen Lilo and Stitch.
What?
Never seen it. So,
dude, it's like one of the greatest animated.
Is it really?
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Ohana means family. Yeah. But it is one of those animated films that will last for eons. It is that good. Yeah, it is so good, dude. It is so good. I may sound corny saying it, but dude, I don't think there's anybody watching this that'll be like, nah, he's wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. A single person.
Go watch it.
Yeah.
I know that Disney, the marketing machine behind it is crazy. So all the Super Bowl commercials and all leading up to the movie, they did a great job. They have, I don't know what changed, but Disney has been able to connect on a marketing standpoint more so than they have over the past 4 years.
Yeah.
So maybe they just, moved some things around and got some, they figured it out.
Yeah.
Even with the Fantastic Four marketing. Well, I take that back. That hasn't been that great. But all of the non-Marvel Disney stuff that's coming out, they've been doing a really good job of marketing these movies. So
when it comes to like action figures and toys and any of the stuff that they can sell off of these movies, I was surprised in my Target journey of Legos, they're not selling the original trilogy. They're selling the Rebuild the Galaxy, when it comes to Star Wars, Rebuild the Galaxy Lego set, which is, I don't know if you've ever watched any of that. It's just where they, it's Darth Jar Jar and Darth Vader is all white. It's I didn't like it. And I'm just like, as a casual Star Wars fan, I was like, meh. So, but I'd rather buy the old school TIE fighter or X-Wing fighter or one of the original things. It feels so much more epic and meaningful than I'd spend the $200 for that, but not for Darth Jar Jar.
Did you hear they're doing a new Spaceballs movie?
Yes.
Yeah. That's talking about timing.
Yes.
Man, that's gonna be so crazy.
I feel like
it's good.
I feel like it's gonna be a win.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If there's no way it can't be. Right?
Yeah, man. In this where we are with Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like they were like, let's do it.
Let's do it.
This is gonna hit the stratosphere. So
yeah. Ricky Moranis, right? Reprising his role
who hasn't acted since what?
Forever.
20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So that's gonna be.
I just hope it's not like a Ghostbusters reboot. That is just. Ugh.
Yeah.
But Ricky Moranis, big helmet, man. That's she switched from suck to blow. I mean, it's like all the one-liners. So good.
Oh man, yeah.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Cool,
man.
Yeah, man.
It's about that time.
It's about that time. Coming up this weekend, we got our my fundraiser, my nonprofit's first fundraiser is this weekend. Smart Mouth Brewery, come on out from 12 to 5. It's going to be on Sunday, June 22nd. We have vendors out, my man.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
They're going to come out. Maybe they'll grace us with some smooth moves. You know.
Did you see that? Look at folks. You see that?
You see that show? Oh, that's natural,
man.
That's actual. I just made that up.
Yeah, that's when you know you're brilliant.
So that's what we're doing. My nonprofit, Love Shell. It's we're going to focus on addiction, outpatient addiction, and mental health recovery. For patients who are inpatient care, but they're not quite ready once those programs are over. We're going to offer them outpatient outlet as well as supplemental therapy like boxing, horseback riding, dance, music, art. So it'll allow them to find something that they kind of vibe with and not just have that one-on-one or that group therapy experience. Is going to be a little bit more comprehensive than that. So we're excited about it. My partner and I we've done a lot of work to make this something that we can be very proud of. So yeah, we're stoked about it. So If you're in the Virginia Beach area, you don't have anything to do on Sunday, come on out, come check out Smart Mouth Brewery. It's 313 32nd Street in Virginia Beach. So come and have a beer. We'll have some alcoholic beverages as well. And yeah, come out and see us.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, y'all know Arthur Murray Dance Studios here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. If you're learning to dance, whether it's for a wedding, a reunion, going out a night out in the town, or on cruises, we can teach anybody how to partner dance from salsa, bachata, merengue to waltz, tango, foxtrot. You can visit us at cutterrug.net. Telephone number 757-431-0177. Check us out, and we're going to be at Smart Mouth this Sunday. Maybe showing some moves with this guy.
Come on out, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.